Earlier this week, Sony announced what they call the PlayStation Classic. The same as the SNES or the NES remake that Nintendo did. It's basically a micro console, significantly smaller than the original PlayStation 1, that comes with preloaded games. It's set to release this December for $100 and include 20 preloaded games. And just like the NES or the SNES, odds are those will be the only games that will come to the platform. There won't be any added in later, as it doesn't seem to have any storage devices. It also comes with two controllers, which are modeled after the original PlayStation 1 controller. Not the DualShock controller, just the standard PlayStation controller. Now, this is something that a lot of people seem to be excited about, though right now, we only know 5 of the games that are going to be included among the 20. And those 5, I consider at least 4 of them to be pretty substantial original PlayStation titles. Games like Final Fantasy VII and Tekken 3 are games that people think of when they think of the PlayStation 1. Now, I'm sure there'll be some other halfway notable titles added in, but a lot of people are speculating that the titles that have been shown so far are, for the most part, probably the better titles. That's why they haven't revealed the other 15 yet. Now, I do expect at some point Metal Gear Solid will be shown as being one of the 20. I also do expect that there will be something strange, something like Star Fox 2 shown off for this console. There were just so many games made for the PlayStation 1, and I'm sure there were even more that didn't quite make it to the final product, and I know there were tons that were only released exclusively in Japan. I expect one of the titles among the 20 to be some sort of obscure thing you previously could not purchase, or you could not get in America, or something like that. Something that's exclusive that really makes people say, I need the PlayStation Classic, because I don't see any reason why anybody who's played video games in the last 10 to 15 years needs this product. And here's why. The PlayStation 1, the ability to play PlayStation 1 games, is so oversaturated. It's more oversaturated than the SNES or the NES. I have been able to play PlayStation 1 games for so long. I don't need to buy this device to take up space, in my home to play PlayStation 1 games. I have so many devices that already can play PlayStation 1 games. Let me tell you, the PlayStation 2, when it came out, it could play PlayStation 1 optical discs. That's the PlayStation 2. Now, that thing's been out for like nearly 20 years now. That was able to play PlayStation 1 games flawlessly. Now, you can do that digitally through, ISOs, things of that nature, if you're into that, on the PlayStation 2, even by connecting a hard drive. Here's what's even easier. The PlayStation Portable, the PSP, it's in your hand. That can play PlayStation 1 games taken off of the PlayStation Network store. You bought them. I think they're about $6. Or, there's some shady ways you can do it as well. But you buy a PlayStation 1 game for $6, you can play it on the PSP. How about the PlayStation 3? That's already plugged into your TV. You can play PS1 games on there. Again, you can buy them for $6. The PlayStation 3 can also read the optical discs for the PlayStation 1. PS Vita, same deal as the PSP. It can play PS1 games taken off the PlayStation Network store. And then again, the PlayStation 4, it can play PS1 games taken off of the PlayStation Network store. All these games are already available on the PlayStation Network store. You can buy them for $6 each. Now, you're going to get 20 games, $120 worth of games. You also get the physical hardware with the 2 controllers. That's neat. Do you actually want all 20 of those games? Maybe you already own some of them. I think everybody, it seems like, owns a copy of Final Fantasy VII, digitally somewhere because they bought it on sale because they thought it was the best game ever, and then they never actually played it. There's so many of us that are in that position. I'm in that position. I have a digital copy. I've never actually played it. I got it on sale. I knew it was a good game. I've just never actually played it. And that's the potential problem that they're going to run into with a lot of these games. It just seems like we're being sold the same games over and over and over again. You got to take a look back at something I talked about in a video a few months ago, and that's the PlayStation TV. The micro console that played PlayStation Vita games, had a wireless DualShock 3 controller, played PSP games, could connect to the PlayStation Now or PlayStation Live or whatever and stream PS3 games. And then, of course, it also played PS1 games. that device at one point in time was being sold for as cheap as $20. Now, since then, the price of them has skyrocketed to over $100. But when you compare something that comes with 20 preloaded games to the PlayStation TV, which originally retailed at $100 before making its way all the way down to $20, which also comes with one controller instead of two and plays so much more. I just don't understand why people are so excited about the PlayStation Classic. It's playing on your nostalgia and you want to, buy it and see it. And it's just this cute little piece of hardware and it's just nostalgic. And I get that. And for some people, they'll buy it because of that. And if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But for me, I just don't see the purpose of buying another thing that can play PlayStation 1 games when you consider that Sony has been emulating the PlayStation 1 for, so many console generations. Again, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, the PSP, the PS Vita. There's just so many things that can play PlayStation 1 games, and in a legal way, you can purchase those games from Sony for $6 or $7 digitally. And the fact that you can do that instead of spend $100 on this extra piece of hardware you probably don't need, and be restricted to using a controller that doesn't have the DualShock analog sticks, I just don't really see the purpose of this device. But I do think if they can bundle it in with some sort of exclusive game that you couldn't get anywhere else, something like a Star Fox 2, it's gonna change everything. And then, maybe it would change my mind too, depending on what the title was. It might change my mind. But for right now, I just don't see the purpose of the PlayStation Classic. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, as well as what games you would like to see come to the PlayStation Classic. There's still 15 games that have to be revealed, and it's going to happen sometime between now and December. So let me know what you think those games are going to be. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Bailey, and I will see you in the next video.